£3,500.
Gentlemen. First leg is
for reaching the
Michael to throw
quarterfinals.
first. Game on.
What a shot in the arm for either player.
But right now, the more pressing issue is who's going to make it through here. Michael Barnard, back on the European Tour. It has been a while since he's played on the Euro Tour. First one of the year for him. Did make the last 16 of the Dutch Darts Masters 3 years ago. He beat Stuart Kellett and Kevin Painter. Then got walloped 6-1 by Michael van Gerwen.
85.
Yeah, that remains his best performance to date in Europe and his biggest payday since June of 2009 as well. So that's just a measure of where Michael Barnard is at right now. Had a couple of good results in qualifying, though. He beat the number 6 seed in qualifying, Steve Beaton, 6-5, and then also went to 11 legs against David Pallett as well.
You mentioned 2009. That was perhaps as good as it's got for Barnard as Mike Holz fires in a 180.
Can I just say, by the way, Mike Holz could easily pass himself off as one of the terrorists in the Die Hard film. That motley crew of Alan Rickmans. They all had that
45.
And he's got the glasses as well, just to finish it off.
It's a strong look.
40.
Wearing the colours there as well.
Winner of this one will face the gentle Mensur Suljovic, number 9 seed. A man who makes it his business to make semi-finals of ranking events and then fail to make the final. Could
45.
this be the weekend that he goes a step further? Because he is in that same half of the draw where Michael van Gerwen and Dowell Gurney were
100
before their last-minute withdrawals from the tournament. Dowell Gurney's here. Dowell Gurney's wandering around. I mean, he's flown out to Riesa, and it's no easy trip. Probably been even harder for him. Coming over from Ireland. And now he'll be sent back.
60. Mike Uruguay, 96.
96 for Holz to get his first leg. Oh, that's unfortunate. 81 left, so treble 19 for double 12.
Darrell's more than welcome to stay around if he wants, though, and watch the action if he wants to. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he'll head home and have his recovery in the comfort of his own living room or something like that.
Barnard quite some way back here on his own throw. This will help. This will help a lot. Is it the bull to leave tops?
138. Mike Uruguay, 52.
Will he have a go at that 72, though? Holz. Tops he wants. Ooh, not far off. Double 10.
32.
Ooh, that was a long way off.
Yeah, chance here for Michael Barnard. Could be a 21 darts hold of throw here for the first leg. I don't think Michael Barnard will mind how many darts it is as long as he gets there. 36 remaining. Will he go straight for double 18? Yes, he does.
The first leg, Michael Barnard. Second leg is Mike to
nudged
throw
the wire,
first.
but it was inside.
It wasn't pretty leading up to it, but the finish was clinical stuff from Michael Barnard. Mike Holz, a missed opportunity now.
95.
As I said, this is Mike Holtz's first appearance on the European Tour. Had to win 4 games last night in qualifying. Beat Frederick Molozewski, Martin Schindler, seen him on the European Tour a number of times. Thomas Saylor, one of the veterans of German darts.
100.
And a guy called Ronnie Sonnenschein, which I imagine is the German equivalent of Ronnie Sunshine.
What a great name.
It is a good name.
134.
He saw all of them off to make his Euro Tour debut. I was having a little bit of a dig around for facts on Mike Holz, 41-year-old from Hamburg.
I got 1 or 2 nuggets.
Yeah?
Mm.
Know where he played darts for the first time?
180.
Barnard fires in a maximum.
Where he played darts for the first time, not what? So it wasn't in his bedroom or his garage.
He got roped into a game down the pub. Some blokes just were playing a game, dragged him in. Turns out he was quite good.
I think you might have read the same interview that I read.
Probably. And then he took a break from the game for 10 years.
10 years, yeah, from 1999. Represented Hamburger SV in the Bundesliga since 2011. And a very good tennis player as well.
A former tennis and squash champion in Hamburg.
80.
They have a national league in tennis in Germany.
132.
Michael Steep played in that once. It's a good standard.
Oh, look at this.
That's a very good standard as well from Holz.
Oh, so close.
So close indeed. 57 remaining, so he'll just look to tidy this up.
92. Michael, you require
Yeah,
141.
little wonder he's getting a round of applause for that very, very brave and bold attempt at what would have been a spectacular checkout. Barnard here is on for a spectacular checkout of his own.
Ooh.
Just outside.
89. Mike, you require 40.
It didn't go well in the first leg, Holz, when it got down to the double.
Game
But
shot,
that
second
has gone a
leg.
lot better, and it's a 13-dart leg,
Third
and
leg
it's
is
not
Michael
bad
to
for a
throw
man
first.
playing his
Game on.
second game on a big stage in the PDC. Second leg, I should say. First game.
$60.
Played a lot of soft-tip darts when he started out, Michael Holz. It says soft-tip
100.
is the Bundesliga. Steel-tip
Is the Champions League.
Yeah.
We read the same article. And also, there was a reference to that 10-year hiatus.
Mm.
And the reason behind it, he was joking when he said it was all down to women. But seems as though he may have been distracted.
100.
Paul Nicholson gave me a little nugget of information about Michael Barnard as well. Back in the early 2000s,
100.
before we joined the PDC, Michael Barnard was rated #1 in county darts across the entire country. Serious results he was putting together. His youth record's incredible.
Putting together some 180s here, is he? Yes, he is.
180.
That's his second. Barnard gets him down to a finish after 9, and that's what all of these guys are aiming to do. And they're all aiming for a 9-darter, but they're not having a decent leg if they've given themselves a chance of a 12-dart leg. Stick one on top of there, or will he come down for the 25 and ball? Yeah.
57.
25 would have left him 96. You can finish that off in 2 darts, so you can see the thinking behind that. As it is, he's got 104, so
85.
a couple of ways you go.
Michael,
4
you
treble
require
18s would leave
104.
double 16. Looking down the board. Oh, there you go. That's not what he wanted. I can assure you of that.
Rebel would have left tops, but he's hit the 7,
42.
and, well, he will be back with Holz on 173. But Holz can just apply some pressure here with a healthy tally. 53 remaining.
97. Michael, you require 62.
Now, 12 for tops. That's the route.
22.
Chance
Mike,
for
you require
Holz
76.
for the first break of throw in this one. Treble 20, double 8. Double top.
56.
Once again.
Michael, you require 40.
He's had darts in every leg as Mike Holz.
And they're the chances he can't afford to slip up on. So, tops for Barnard. Get his nose back in front once again.
Game shot in the third leg, Michael Barnard. Fourth leg is Mike to throw first. Game on.
Sort of an angry stomp to the board from Michael Barnard. He is 2-1 up, but he knows he's been living a little bit dangerously as Mike Holz kicks off 177. How about that?
Yeah, the tilt of the head, the stomp to the board. And another 180 maybe.
Oof.
140.
Fractions away from responding with 3 trebles of his own. Mike Holz can't follow with a 4th perfect dart, and the 5th one was
80.
ropey to say the least. But treble 19 tidies things up a little bit.
100.
Already seen Mike Langendorf knocked out by Jim Walker earlier on. Michael Rastovitz beaten by Ryan Meikle.
100.
In terms of German interest, we've got Max Hopp and Rene Idams on the way tonight.
Good to have the Cube back with us.
Cube. Top billing. Last game of the night. Against Steve West.
135. Mike, you require 144.
144 for Mike Holz. Barnard. 4 19s would give him a dart at the bullseye for a 3-1 lead and the first break of throw in this match. Barnard. Can he produce? Good guide if he could just slide in above and next to it. Ooh, not quite.
86.
Yeah, that leaves tops. That's
nicely 44.
Done from Barnard.
Is this the Motown shot? 4 tops?
It is. Needs it as well, with Barnard lurking on 40.
Shot on the
and
fourth leg.
Holtz levels things up at 2 apiece.
Fifth leg is Michael to throw first. Game on.
Home crowd like that one. Does the crowd find their voice as well?
Giving him something to shout about as Mike Holtz. He looks to set up a second round clash on his debut on the European Tour with Mensur Suljovic, the number
60.
9 seed. This is in the same quarter of the draw as Jelle Klaassen, where Michael van Gerwen was, where Darrell Gurney was.
70.
Yeah, Holtz, one of 5 host nation qualifiers to come through last night. Mike Langendorf was one of the others. He was beaten by Jim Walker earlier today. Dragutin Horvat is the other. He's on stage tonight as well, along with Hopp and Idams. Horvat is up against
59.
Ricky Evans in the evening session from 7 o'clock local time. Andy Bolton, Jamie Caven starting things off tonight.
140.
And that's got the crowd going as well. They like the look of this. And they're pleased with how it's going so far.
You know, it's not, you know, it's not packed out in here for a Friday afternoon, as you can understand. But I'll tell you what, if
55.
Mike Holtz can get over the line in this one and book a place in the second round to face Mensur Suljovic, when this place is rammed tomorrow, you
60.
imagine the kind of support he's going to get. And maybe, I mean, Mensur's not the kind of guy who you can put off very easily, but it could make a bit of a difference.
And I imagine it could get very warm in here as well.
I think it will do.
Yeah.
100.
30 degrees in the shade this afternoon at this moment in time, roughly.
Look at this, Mike Holtz stolen the darts and racing away. Look at this.
123.
Came downstairs looking for the 171 that would have left 60.
Yeah, sloppy final dart. Just wonder whether that ultimately could prove decisive. We'll find out soon enough.
80.
Wow.
Mike, you require 108.
He's probably going to get 6 darts from here.
45.
He's angry with himself. He went to the trouble there. 45. Okay. It's a manageable finish for Holtz. Barnard, though.
Yeah, the 147's not going, and Holtz, because he missed the 20s with that last dart, it's cost him, potentially,
60.
a dart at the double. If he
Mike
fires in a
requires
treble here,
63.
first dart, no problem. Still gets 2 darts for the leg and the first breaker throw of the match and a 3-2 lead. Just having a little think. He may look at the 13s. Well, he's looked at the 11. Really?
The double 15. Anyway, he's hit the single 11. 52 remaining.
Oh, my word.
Well, what a horror show that is for Holtz.
23.
Well,
Mike, you
he's
require
left top
87.
eventually, but Barnard, 87, and to shut the door when Mike Holtz had a stunning opportunity to grab a hold of this game. Now, at least 70. Treble 20. Oh, did he even try for the treble? Bullseye for 3-2.
43.
Well, Holz does
Mike,
come
you
back,
require
and he
40.
does get 3 darts for this leg.
And it's a break of throw as well, and it could be a 19-dart break of throw hit.
Game shot on the
And
fifth
it
leg.
is.
Michael. Second leg, Mike
20-dart
to
break
throw
of throw
first.
for Michael Holz.
Game on.
And he leads 3-2, and the crowd find their voice once again.
Well,
Correct score backers, by the way. You may well have had a look at this and thought 6-5 either way. Mentioned those 2 6-5 wins in
84.
qualifying for Barnard. His most recent appearance in Europe was in the German Championship in Hildesheim last year. He lost 6-5 to Joe Mernon in the first round. He lost 6-5 to Vincent van der Voors as well in the Dutch Darts Masters in 2014. And then, in a fairly good
140.
run at a Players' Championship event last year, he beat Terry Temple 6-5 and Nick Todd 6-5 as well, and then lost 6-5 to Simon Stevenson. Sorry, Devon Peterson. So
45.
he is a player who goes the distance either way, but he is a breakdown here.
yeah, but he's effectively stolen the darts and looking to capitalise upon that. And does do so. Back-to-back ton
140.
40s for Michael Barnard. Good response to being broken by Mike Holz, who's hit double top 3 times.
60.
Each leg he's won has been on tops. Has missed a few at it. Ronnie Hybrex and Mark Frost. The Rebel versus Frosty the Throwman in the final match of the afternoon session
85.
coming up after this one. But we may have a number more legs to come here, because there is not much between them. And
43.
Barnard is looking very good to level it up at 3 apiece.
136.
Yeah, Holtz has just lost his way here, just when he needed to consolidate that break of throw. May just have been guilty of getting carried away here, but Barnard still has work to do.
60.
Down to 76. It's a healthy enough cushion, but if Holtz can just keep on going, get back on track here.
137.
And he's done that to an extent.
Michael, you require 76.
Barnard, though, still fancied, still the favourite to take this 6th leg. Oh, double 8 then. 2 goes at it for Barnard to level things up. Big moment this. May well return anyway with Holtz on 1-3-2, but he isn't taking any chances. And Barnard
7 leg is
breaks
Michael
back
to throw
straight away.
first. Game
And we'll
on.
level once again at 3 apiece.
Well, Michael Barnard has had a tough time of it this year. Doesn't hold a tour card at the moment. He's only won 1,400 quid this year. He gets a grand
60.
for coming here, so, and it'll be 1,500 quid if he comes through this match. So in the course of one game, he'll have won more money than he has done all year.
60.
I've seen him at the World Championship before, back in 2009. That's also the year he made one of his 2 runs to the last 32 of the UK Open. Has been around a long time.
140.
And his youth record back in the day, early 90s, won the World Youth Masters, won the British Teenage Open. It's never
43.
really materialised for him in the senior professional ranks into being one of the big boys, but he's always had talent.
And he's feeling the heat here as well. Just look at the sweat on his forehead there. Taking its toll this match for Barnard.
60. $100.
Last dart just keeps Holtz in this leg. Still 57 points behind. Plus whatever Barnard chucks in here.
Which is a healthy tally.
170.
Have some of that. 170 to leave 71. Michael Barnard, great setup shot.
98.
And the big man from
Michael, you
Romford.
require 71.
Now, can he follow that up? Treble 17, double 10 perhaps? Or will he look at treble 13?
Yeah,
lovely dart.
Double 16 then. But has time on his side here anyway.
55.
Okay, he will be back. Holz on 200.
4 wonderful darts there consecutively. 170, treble 13. Set it up for the dart at double 16. Had a couple of goes at it, but
16.
couldn't manage it. Now there's a bit of pressure on this double 8 with Holz back on 117.
Oh! No score.
Well,
wow.
This could be a big twist in the tail. Barnard was an overwhelming favourite to win this 7th leg, and look at this from Holz. 57 away, tops than he wants for an unlikely 4-3 lead.
97.
3 times he hit it before now,
16.
unable to make it 4. Michael Barnard looking at double 8 again. Bust it last time by going in double 16.
That
doesn't get more in the middle though. And Michael Barnard 4-3 up.
Absolutely plumb. You bisect that double 8 bed and I'm pretty sure that was dead centre. Astonishing. Barnard
100.
Well, surviving a scare there. Holtz had a dart there to nick it, but it's the Englishman who's got his nose back in front at 4-3.
100.
They go toe-to-toe at the outset of the eighth leg as well.
You know, unquestionably, Rene Idams and Max Hopp would have been the two that German darts fans would have been pinning their hopes on more than any others this weekend. Rene Idams has got Steve West, who's been playing some very good darts over the last few months. It's a tough game for the Cube. And Max Hopp has got Darren Webster, and we know he can be a very tricky customer, even though 59. His bag hasn't turned up. He's literally gone to the merchandise stand and bought some darts. He just sort of liked the look of them, had a go, hit a 180 with his first visit. Yeah, they'll do. He's had to go down the shop and buy some more kit, because otherwise he'd be going up there in his tracky bottoms, and that's not allowed.
No.
Apparently he's got 250 quid's worth of new gear, Darren Webster.
I'm sure he can make a claim on all of this.
I'm sure it'd be tax deductible.
100.
Yeah, even so, both tough games for the German qualifiers, and Mike Holz, is he going to go for it? Is he going to go for it?
Why not?
127.
Well, he's left himself tops, and he has hit it 3 times before, so maybe that's a sensible thing to do, particularly with Barnard back on 242. And if he can hit it for a 4th time and get his 4th leg on the board, we are all tied up at 4 apiece, and it is essentially a best of 3 games.
60. Mike, you require 40.
You've already mentioned a number of games Barnard's been involved in, which have gone the distance, and that's another 13-darter.
9th leg is Michael to throw first. Game on.
But Holz came through an 11-leg decider against Thomas Saylor last night in the final round of qualifying to knock Shorty out before the start of the IDO proper. And he may have to do something similar here
60.
to guarantee some German representation in the second round here in Riese.
Fly on the stage, 4 legs apiece, nothing much separating them in the averages or indeed the checkout percentages as well. They really are
100.
going toe-to-toe here. But we are effectively down to a best of 3 match. There we see the averages. Although Holz has just crept up, the first 9 averages very similar too. Very, very difficult
85.
to predict a winner here. You can make a case for either player at this particular stage. Holz just dropped his darts there momentarily as he
140.
sticky hands, but nothing wrong with that final dart. It's a good recovery.
You look at that average there. For a man playing his first time on a PDC stage, Mike Holz is averaging very nearly 90 and hitting 40%. That is a solid game he's putting in here.
It's been the day of the debutants, hasn't it?
Oh, it really has.
100.
Could be the weekend of them with the way that Ryan Meikle and Jordi Mavis are doing. They're already through to Sunday's action. And one of them is going to be in the quarterfinals.
60.
Mike Holz. If he just got a ton there, would have gone down to a finish first. On the Barnard throw. Pressure on the man from Romford here. Can he deliver? Great first start. Needs to find another treble, really.
100.
Doesn't do so. He's left himself a big one. But Holz may get 6 darts from 201 for a 5-4 lead to break in what could end up being the penultimate leg of the match. That's a great recovery with a second dart.
85.
85, it's good. It could be better. 2 ton plus checkouts facing these players. Can either of them find the winning shot? Needs another treble, Barnard. Oh, it's unfortunate. Holz has got an opportunity.
80. Mike, you require 160.
With the way he's hitting double top, is he looking at the 19s? Yes, he goes that route, needs the treble.
Oh.
Doesn't get it, and Barnard will come back.
92.
But once again,
Mike,
he's left himself one where he may only get 1 dart at a double.
And once again, you're just not totally convinced by Barnard here. He looks edgy. Needs this first dart, okay. Tops then. For a 5-4 lead. Big moments.
56.
Not taken.
Mike, you require 24.
3 darts in his hand. Mike Holz on his Euro Tour debut. Double 12 for a 5-4 lead against Michael Barnard. That is a wild one from Mike Holz. And understandably, just taking a moment. Can he compose himself and find the little red bit there? That's missed inside. Double 6. Gets it, and Mike Holz is a leg away.
10th leg is Mike to throw first.
What a time to find a break in the 9th leg for a 5-4 lead. Mike Holz, he was an absolute mile away on that first dart. He overcompensated, but the way he took out double 6, no bother whatsoever. And what a start to this 10th leg it'll be for Holz here.
140.
Sun 40.
This is some debut from Mike Holz. All right, the averages aren't stratospheric, but that is some clutch finishing.
Yeah.
Well, what could be the penultimate leg of the match. We've talked about this before in the Euro Tour. It's such a great time to break the throw, that 9th leg, if then you're throwing for the match in the very next one.
And let's not lose sight of the fact he's had 2 13-dart legs as well in there, so he's played well in the main. Well, he's done the right things at the right time, shall we say, but not there.
81.
Great recovery, and the crowd, no, you could sense there's a sort of sigh of relief as well as a ripple of applause from the German crowd here in Riesa. He's already got a healthy lead in this leg, and Michael Barnard is this game just slipping away from him. He led 4-3, remember.
100.
A ton may not be enough. Holz, what he would give for his second 180 here. What he would give for a second 180. Oh, well.
85.
Oh, again, a dodgy one. You saw there the 2 13-darters. The best legs of the match, both coming from the German. Barnard needed 3 trebles to get down to a finish. Holz is going to get at least 6 darts from 195 for the match.
60.
Mensur Suljovic, the Austrian, awaits the winner of this one. And right now, Mike Holz is a heavy, heavy favourite to be that man.
59.
Doesn't find a treble, though. But he's still in a good position here. 145 the cushion. Would love one more of those.
140.
Needed it.
What he's
Mike,
got.
you require 136.
Okay. And he is down to a finish. And he will get a go at 141.
58.
Now, he had this earlier
Mike,
on,
we
hit the
require
treble, and only narrowly
141.
missed the treble 19.
Yeah, treble 19 there for Holz would have left tops. As it is, he's on 78. Barnard 141. Oh, what a beautiful first dart that is. Double 12 then for Michael Barnard to level things up once more at 5 apiece.
Game shot. The 10th leg,
Absolutely
Michael
stunning.
Barnard.
You will not see a
The
better
final
shot
leg is
all
Michael to throw
weekend.
first.
Michael Barnard, 141 checkout to save the match. Holz sat on 78 to win it. He breaks back with a 141 and now is throwing for a place in the second round. Incredible visit from Michael Barnard.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Barnard. That Holz played his part in that leg too, just really cranking up the pressure on Barnard. who's just momentarily lost his way again here. Needed to get out of the blocks there with a big score, but he's managed only 59. Holz might have something to cling to here once again, if he can find a couple more of these maybe. Oh my word, this would be an absolute hammer for Michael Barnard. Would you believe it? What a time to come up with a 180 with your first visit against the Barnard throw.
Incredible composure from Michael Barnard to take out that 141, but it wasn't bad from Mike Holz, having just had that thrown in his face, to step up and kick off with a 180 of his own, only his second in the match.
And look how far away he is there with that second dart on the treble 20 bed. Nice advantage, Holz here. Why not finish it off with a 9-darter, Mike? Not to be. He won't care about that. 161 the cushion here now on the Barnard throw.
I've got to say I've been impressed with Mike Holz's just general demeanour. He's been involved in a battle here. Right now he is favourite to win this game. It's not done and dusted just yet, but he has managed to maintain his cool
60
and put himself in a position to win this game on his debut on the European Tour. Ooh.
Just wavering.
45.
Might just give Barnard something to reach out for here.
Got to hit 3 trebles though. It's got to be a 3 treble visit to get himself down to a finish.
There's one.
$140.
Well, he's not down to a finish. And Holz still favourite here, unless he slips up.
100.
Well, he was left on 78 in the last leg and did not get a shot at it for the match. He has got 76 left here and he knows he will get a shot. Can Mike Holz take it out to record a win on the Euro Tour on his first ever appearance? Michael Barnard has to try and apply some pressure. That is 45. Not going to do it, or not as much as he would hope. 76 stands between Mike Holz and a place in the second round to face Mensur Suljovic. He's going to get 1 dart. It's at tops. He has hit this 3 times already.
56.
Will he return?
137.
That's the question now. And it all depends on what Michael Barnard can do here. 137. 3 darts in his hand.
I said you wouldn't see a better shot all weekend than the 141. And I'm going to stand by it. But I thought for a moment I was wrong. Holz, he's missed 1 match dart. Double 10 for 6-5. It has been a dramatic encounter between these two. But Holz has won it! And the German is through, and the crowd will let you know what they think about it. Phenomenal composure from Mike Holz. Michael Barnard clinging on with that incredible 141 checkout, but broken in the decider by the 41-year-old from Hamburg. Holz will take on Mensur Suljovic in the second round, and we've got one more game for you this afternoon as Frosty the Throwman, Mark Frost, takes on the Rebel, Ronnie Highbreaks.
Aber eines nach dem anderen. Mike, gratuliere dir. Ich hatte von Anfang an den Eindruck, dass du dich hier oben wohlgefühlt hast. Stimmt der Eindruck?
Ja, natürlich. Also, was soll man sagen? Das ist einfach grandios.
Wir hatten vorher gesagt, dein Debüt auf der European Tour, auch auf so einer Bühne. Wir wissen, oder viele wissen, wie viele Erfolge du schon hattest, aber das ist jetzt nochmal eine andere Hausnummer.
Doch, also das ist oberste Etage. Ja. Das ist einfach nur grandios. Also ich weiß auch nicht, was ich im Moment sagen soll. Also.
Ist alles gut. 4 perfekte Darts im Entscheidungsleck, das ist nicht schlecht.
Ja doch, hat mich sehr gefreut.
Und jetzt kommt Mensur Suljovic. Ist das einer, den man ja irgendwie auch kennt und der auch schon lange in Deutschland dabei ist und das macht es vielleicht ein bisschen einfacher, oder hättest du lieber gesagt, ach komm, ich schnapp mir Peter Wright oder sowas?
Nee, also deutschsprachig ist mir natürlich viel lieber. Ja, ich muss jetzt gucken, was kommt. Ne? Also für mich ist das jetzt das Eis gewesen und jetzt ist nur noch das Sahnehäubchen, was kommt. Also überglücklich.
Ja, wichtig ist Mund abputzen und morgen weitermachen. Wir wollen dich auch am Sonntag sehen. Mike, ich gratuliere dir. Mike Holz!